Hey, it's Eric G. Around the House is sponsored by Baldwin Hardware. For 75 years, Baldwin Hardware has been known for its first-class quality and craftsmanship in door and cabinetry hardware. As an alumnus of the Baldwin Hardware Design Council, I can say I have seen the details and quality from design to the finished product. If you're looking for a new style and old-world craftsmanship, I can tell you there is only one Baldwin Hardware. Check out what would look great in your home at baldwinhardware.com.
It's Around the House. When it comes to remodeling and renovating your home, there is a lot to know, but we've got you covered. This is Around the House.
Welcome to the Around the House show. This is where we help you get the most out of your home through information and education. Thanks for joining us today. Happy midweek special. Happy pre-Father's Day weekend. We've got a lot going on out there, and, with Father's Day creeping up this weekend for all you kids looking to get dear old dad and moms looking to get the husband something, whatever. Husbands looking to get your husband something, whatever. Don't matter to me. Just make sure you get something thoughtful. Make sure you get something quality. We'll talk a little bit about that this weekend on my last minute tips that we show up in the show. For all of you last minute purchasers out there, we've got a few little tips at the end of hour number one for you to sneak in. Well, today I wanted to talk about some of the kind of dirty tricks I'm seeing in the real estate market out there right now. With the real estate, market being so different, with interest rates being so ridiculously high right now. I wish I would have probably, refied my house when I was thinking about it, but it's okay. Hindsight's always 20/20. Right now, I still have a killer rate compared to where it is right now, so I can't really complain too much about that. But here's what I'm seeing, dirty tricks out there. And I just saw one recently at one of my neighbor's places. And here's what I saw. So these people had their house up for sale. Somebody had put an offer in the house. And I don't know these people that put the offer in the house. And I don't know the real estate agent. I don't know any of that. So this is just anonymous out there. But I found out through asking around and asking more real estate agents that this couple has been going around town on multi-million-dollar houses, putting in offers on 2 or 3 of them, then locking them down so they're pending, and basically by putting in the inspection clause in there, they're going around and then really taking a deep dive into the houses and canceling like 2 of the 3, if not all, of the pending sales with no penalty. Now, this is something you couldn't have done 2 years ago when the housing market was big, because that was one of the biggest problems we had back then, is people were saying, hey, I'm not giving you a chance to look at it. Put the offer in now, no inspection clause, and now it's the opposite, where you've got people out there taking advantage of the system, and they're putting in multiple offers on multiple houses and then bailing out of the ones that they go, no, let's high grade our list of 3. While locking it down where other people can't get that home. And I think that's just really, really horrible. One, that realtor would allow them to do that. Second of all, that these people are doing this to all these people that are trying to just sell their home in a bad economy. So shame on you, home buyer, for pulling that stunt. That's a dirty trick right there. And I have no problem throwing some shame on these people for doing it out there, because that's just horrible. And then now you got people that have had their house off the market for 2 or 3 weeks, right in the prime of house buying season, because they're going around and taking advantage of people. So buyer beware out there. That's a new trick going on that I hadn't seen recently going around. And a lot of that's just because of the changing times we've got out there. And now the other one, too, that I want to make sure, and I've talked about this in other shows, but make sure now, with the way things are, that if you're out there buying a home and you've got things really figured out, your finances and everything else, make sure that you've got your money lined up, you've got that all taken care of. And number 2, make sure you're getting your inspections done. Get all those inspections. Get your sewer line inspection, get your home inspection, If there's any foundation issues, have an engineer come out and take a look at it. Give yourself enough time for a couple, 2 to 3 weeks to get people out there to make sure, unless you've got, these people on call, it could take you a couple weeks to get a professional out there. So make sure you've got that dialed in, okay? And then the last one I want you to do during that inspection period, and this is my other trick that none of the realtors out there talk about, but take the house that you're looking at, go down to your local building department, and find out what the square footage is of the house versus what's on the listing. And that's how you can tell if there are any illegal additions or things down there, or there's some hanky-panky going on there, if you know what I mean. Make sure that you've got that dialed in. I can't tell you how many people that have come back to me and went, oh my gosh, I had a 2,700 square foot house that was built in 1929 that I was buying. I went down to my building department and it was only permitted for 700 square feet. So I was paying 3 times the price for this house for the square foot price because I thought I was buying legitimate square foot. And, the sale would have gone through. Nobody would have caught it. The only time it gets caught is when somebody goes to pull a building permit for the basement or upstairs, and they're like, you got to bring this whole floor up to code because it doesn't exist in our books. So that's where that hidden hundreds of thousands of dollars can come from, because in most areas, nothing's grandfathered. So if you've got a 1920s house and 1950s, somebody put a second story addition in that attic space, guess what? When you pull that permit for do a bathroom remodel up there, trying to do the right thing, in 2023, you could get red tagged after you pulled the permit because the inspector's going to show up and look at their book and go, hey, this is even a bathroom. So guess what? This whole floor has to be brought up to 2023 building code. So the staircase might have to be legal. The insulation. So no matter what, you're probably rebuilding the floor system. And I've had as much as redoing footings in the finished basement to support that floor system up above. So it can be $100,000 or $200,000 addition that I want to see you make sure you get caught. And just caught, catch it before it happens. Now, I was looking around on the web and I found some interesting stuff. 6 cities that they were talking about on Yahoo Finance where you should avoid buying a home this year. And I'll just read these off to you real quick. Las Vegas is interesting, but Las Vegas is always one of those as a volatile market, so that's not a shock. But they're saying that Las Vegas is high. Cleveland is another one, they say. Buyers who want to find a home for sale under $100,000 can pull it off by searching in Ohio cities like Cleveland and Mansfield. But what they're saying is Cleveland it's the slowest sales growth in America when it comes. So, it's not a thing that you're really seeing that where the return is good. So if you want that low return, that's good. That's why it's still so cheap, because it takes a long time to get there. Austin, Texas. Well, everybody's wanting to move to Austin. And so you've got a high side there. So what used to be inexpensive is now 16% higher than the U.S. national average. So that's very hard for first-time home buyers. Miami, expensive, volatile. Well, San Francisco, we know that. Everybody's leaving San Francisco. Sorry, San Francisco. And the same with Seattle. So they're saying Seattle, it says in recent years, Seattle has become significantly warmer. I'm not sure what I'm going to call significant, but anytime that you've got a city, an urban sprawl, and it's going out and you're creating more concrete and more asphalt and more buildings, and you're taking out cool forests, guess what? You will get higher temperatures. That's kind of not rocket science there. But that's one of those things to really take a look at. But insurance rates in Seattle are going up, and that's one of the things that's very expensive up there. Crime, just like Portland, crime and natural disasters are all big. Seattle and Portland are also very much due, like San Francisco and other cities on the West Coast, for earthquakes. And so if you're moving to those areas, be very, very careful. Also this weekend coming up, I'm going to be on Barbecue Nation with JT and Leanne Whippen, talking outdoor barbecue and outdoor living spaces. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then coming up here on the TV show, we've got a great one coming up. We're going to explore start to finish. We're going to go visit Skyline Homes and how they're building affordable housing for people out there. High quality stuff that's really good, that really could save you some money on a house right now. And then, we've got Joe Gardner, Joe Lample coming on the TV show, as well as so much more. We've got, I'm going to be building some new outdoor steps. So we've got a lot of great stuff coming up on the TV show. So stay tuned to that. You can find that in the Portland area on Fox 12 Plus. If you want to stream it live at 10 a.m. Pacific time on Saturday, you can catch it over on Fox 12 Oregon. Just go over to Fox 12 Oregon and website. You can grab it there, or the Fox 12 app on your mobile device. And then, of course, YouTube. We'll be posting that stuff up on our social media platform as well. And hey, if you want to join the Around the House Insider, that is our new premium membership group that we've got for a special amount of people, limited amount of people. And I'm going to be doing some premium content over there, some special episodes for you guys that'll be outside that won't be available to anybody else, but just some insider stuff over there. And that's going to be a lot of fun, so I can't wait to see people jump over to that. That's where our little party's going to be. And you get a special access to me for your home improvement questions as well. So we've got a lot going on there. All right, everybody, have a great rest of the week. We'll see you on Saturday. Thanks again for tuning in to Around the House.
Undiscovered, anywhere beyond the mean. Life is a love song, let's be lovers. We're all over the radio. Take my hand, I know where to go. All over the radio with you.
Hey, it's Eric G. from Around the House. Are you planning a decking or siding project this year? If you are, you've got to check out my friends at Millboard. Millboard is a completely different kind of composite decking and cladding that enhances outdoor spaces with enduring distinction. Hand-molded from the finest oak, it realistically mimics the natural grain and color of premium hardwood. If you're looking for something that doesn't look like plastic and instead real wood, check out millboard.com. Make sure and check out that interview we did just a few weeks back. That's millboard.com.